What I want to do today is see if I can find some grizzly bear evidence and track it and see if I can find a grizzly bear. Still pretty dark out with this overcast. It's 38 degrees right now. There's kind of a light drizzle going all morning so far. Don't see any bears up there. Got a big grizzly dig right here. I've been seeing grizzly tracks on the trail for about the last 10 minutes. I can tell that this particular bear is above average in size. For a male. The reason I'm saying that is because the average width of a front foot is about 5 inches, and the tracks I'm seeing so far are bigger than 5 inches, wider than 5 inches. I will admit, it's a little scary going through here this morning, just because of the weather and knowing there's a great big grizzly here somewhere. I really don't want to meet him in these trees, but I feel like I'm going to see him somewhere. Don't want to scare him. You can kind of see the bear tracks here where he's ripping up this log. So here's a grizzly dig right here. Nice back foot track. Looks like some more digs right up there. Just digging everywhere in here. And here's a good example. There's some people in my last video with a wolf wondering about how can grizzly bears dig up spring beauties since they're so small and eat them for food. Well, here's a grizzly dig right here. This kind of shows you how many is left over and how thick they are when they dig them up. See, there's hundreds left in the bottom of that hole. So they're digging up spring beauties. They're digging up a lot of them. So, just walking through this marshy area, this field, you can see where all these are ground squirrels. I've dug this dirt up during the winter. So far I've seen where the grizzly bear has dug up a couple gopher nests or squirrel nests. You saw where walking through there, he's digging up spring beauties. And then you also saw where he stopped by a log and tore up a log and ate bugs. There's another log right there that he tore up. So just walking across there, that grizzly bear has found all kinds of stuff to eat. Here's another food source, ant piles. You see where the top's been scraped off. I normally see them doing that when it's sun comes up in the morning and it warms the top of the ant pile up. And the ants bring their eggs to the top. But with all the food sources that you see, including any grass, you can see the green grass coming up there, starting to come up, vegetation. That's why grizzly bears are so fat this time of year, at the start of the year. People think they come out of hibernation, they're skinny and everything. All the grizzly bears I ever see are pretty fat in May. Got a grizzly bear going up the trail. Here's where it looks like he's dug up a gopher nest. And on top of that, look at all the spring beauty bulbs down there, hundreds. These tracks I'm following up through here seem to be pretty fresh. This is one of the ways I track and find grizzly bears is just follow the fresh evidence. And normally it will lead you to a grizzly bear, even if you don't see it. Since the evidence is so fresh, they're obviously right around you. There's the grizzly I've been looking for. The wind is going his direction, so I may turn around here and head back just so he doesn't detect me. Well, that was great. Make sure he's not coming this way. He's not. A couple things to note. You'll notice all morning I've been moving slowly, quietly, watching for bear signs mainly, which we've seen a lot of them. So all kinds of grizzly digs. Some eating, digging up squirrel nests, squirrels, spring beauties, tearing up logs, eating insects, along with all the fresh tracks. And also note that even though I'm moving slowly, I caught up to the bear. And one major thing to note is the wind direction was going towards him. And that bear still didn't smell me or detect me, even though the wind is blowing, maybe 1 or 2 miles per hour towards the bear. So you can't always think that a bear is going to smell you, because he's busy doing his own thing. He's busy with his nose in the dirt, digging up all that stuff I showed you. And he's not really concentrating on human threat or anything like that. Wolf track. Always look behind you and make sure there's not a grizzly bear back there, especially the one we were just watching. So when tracking a grizzly bear like that, the whole idea is, starting out this morning, I was always looking for any kind of bear signs. And early this morning, I saw tracks on the trail, so I knew there were bears around here. And then we set up in this marshy area up ahead here, observed for a half hour, didn't see anything, but we found important food sources. We found where they're digging up gophers, where they're digging up spring beauty bulbs, where he tears up a log to eat insects, and where they will brush up off the top of an ant pile and eat ants. And that's along with any other vegetation that they may find. So we knew there was a grizzly very busy up here. And then just before I saw the bear, as I mentioned, we saw some bear tracks that looked very fresh going up the trail up there. So I knew at that point to move very slowly, quietly, and observe everywhere. Move, stop, listen. Move, stop, listen. And I was a little worried about the wind direction that was blowing towards the bear, but as you saw, and that was a good lesson, even though the wind is blowing, the breeze, I should say, blowing towards the bear, exactly right towards him. He never detected us, or I should say never detected me. Through smell or scent. So that was pretty exciting to see the wildlife. And For me, as I always say, I like to move in a very quiet and respectful and peaceful way. I've been doing it most all my life. And everything is amazing. This is the first time I've seen this. A gopher living in an ant pile. Huh, crazy. Let's see what he's been digging up over here. They can smell those spring beauty bulbs under the surface. That's how good their nose is. You always gotta be just as alert, heading back down the trail. These grizzly tracks are going down the trail, but they are a couple days old. But I've run into plenty of grizzly bears heading back and not paying attention. Grizzly's been digging all over in here for spring beauty bulbs. You can see them down on the bottom of the hole there.